Alright, YouTube. So right now, the Palm Pre is said to come out sometime in the later portion of 2009. Okay, so it's 2009 right now, so obviously, hopefully if you didn't see the little thing up there in the corner. First off, let me get started. I've got 5 reasons that the iPhone, or the Palm Pre, will be the iPhone killer, and 5 reasons it will not, or actually it might even have more than 5 reasons, but 5 reasons definitely that it will not be the iPhone killer. Okay, so first off, follow me on Twitter. Check out my site at masterasm.com. Don't forget to subscribe to enter all the giveaways that will be upcoming shortly. Okay, so the Palm Pre is coming out for Sprint networks on a 3G plan, pretty much like the iPhone. It's almost a copycat of the iPhone. When the iPhone came out in 2007, we saw a lot of copycats with the touch. I mean, just every phone was going to touch right after the iPhone came out. So the reasons I think the Palm Pre will be an iPhone killer is because, one, it does have it does have multitasking available, which that's like background applications is pretty much what it's saying. It has the ability to multitask. So that's the first thing. Multitasking is number 1. Number 2, has a QWERTY keyboard built right in. A QWERTY keyboard is that keyboard right there, like that. If you don't know what a QWERTY keyboard is, it's a full keyboard with actual buttons and not just a touch screen. Number 3, it has a 3 megapixel camera, which is better than the iPhone 3G's camera, which is a 2 megapixel camera. Yes, it's a 2 megapixel camera. 4, it has there's 3 things, 4 things, 5 things. Yeah, those 5 things. It has it runs on the Linux operating system. And there was one other thing that I just can't seem to remember. Actually, I mean, there's tons of other features. Oh, okay. It does have multi-touch, and it also has the browser just like the iPhone, if not better. Not sure if it's Flash integrated yet. They probably will make some kind of Flash happen sometime soon. But those are the 5 reasons. Okay. So what was the first one? It has a 3 megapixel camera. You can do multitasking. Has a full QWERTY keyboard. Has a web design just like the iPhones. You can get on the internet. It has Google Maps, all that stuff. It also runs on the Linux operating system. Okay, so those are the 5 reasons I think it will be the iPhone killer, and then here's 5 reasons I think it will not be the iPhone killer. Number 1, it's not supported by Apple's customer service, which Apple's customer service is phenomenal. Apple Care, I think is what it's called. It's absolutely wonderful. Many people have been enjoying Apple's service, or Apple Care, for a long time. Number 2, doesn't have iTunes. Everybody has iTunes. Everybody has an iPod. It's not an iPod. I'm sure it has some kind of MP3 music, something like that. Yeah, it does. Never mind. So that's stupid. Okay, so it doesn't have Apple Care. It doesn't have iTunes. It will not. It doesn't have the App Store. Okay. Well, if it doesn't have the App Store, means I'm sure they'll have some kind of application store, whether it be called the App Store or whether it be called whatever it is. I'm sure they'll have one. It does not have the official Apple App Store. And everybody has an iPhone, so that's where all the developers are going to the iPhone. Are they really going to take the time and go over this Palm Pre that, like, maybe 10% of the market will have, or instead of going over the iPhone where it's like has like 30 or 40% of the market? Okay, so also, it doesn't have that. Now, it does have Amazon built into it, so that's the music player for it. Number 4, I don't know. I can't really make this prediction, but I almost would think that the browser, even being a full web browser just like the iPhones, I don't think it's going to be able to compete with the iPhones. It will be running on 3G service, which will be just as fast as iPhone, and I don't think the web browser is going to be all it's crapped up to be. You know, it's just hard to say, because the web browsers are so similar. They've got the multi-touch zoom features, the double taps, the landscape and portrait modes. They're very similar, but I just don't think it's going to be as good as the iPhone's web browser. Maybe because the iPhone has a 3.5-inch touchscreen, and the Palm Pre has a 3.1-inch touchscreen. I'm not really sure what it's going to be. I just think it's not going to measure up. Number 5, it's on the Sprint network. And how many people have Sprint? I'm just asking. I don't think that the Sprint, I don't think it's going to outreach to these people. I think it's going to be, for the first couple weeks, I think it's going to be, ooh, I want one. And then everybody's just going to drop it, and, yeah. Palm has been working a long time on this thing, so I'm sure it's going to be good when it comes out, but I just don't know if it's going to be able to stand up to the iPhone's pretty much standards that they have set now. So I think those are the reasons that I do not think it's going to be able to measure up to the iPhone. How many people have Sprint? I'm just asking. I don't really think that many people have Sprint. I don't really think that many people have T-Mobile or any of those services. I think the two major contenders are AT&T and Verizon. If the Palm works out some kind of deal where it would go with Verizon, I think it'd be a great phone to have. It's going to be a great addition to Verizon if they make it for Verizon. But for Sprint, I just don't think it's going to be that big of a hit. This is my unbiased. Now, I gave the reasons I think it would, and I gave it the reasons I think it wouldn't. I'm more on the it's not going to be side. And it's not because I'm biased towards Apple products. I just think Apple products, there's so much time and thought taken into everything with Apple products. And I just don't know. I mean, I could be totally wrong, and the Palm Pre could be way better than the iPhone. Everybody wants one. I just don't think it's going to happen. The iPhone's been around. It's made some momentum now, and I just think it's going to stay the standard for a while. So those are just my thoughts on the 5 reasons the iPhone will and will not be the iPhone killer. Like I said, follow me on Twitter, check me out at masterasm.com, and subscribe.